boy. All right. Here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to all, but a not so merry Knicksmas for the orange and blue, man. Knicks shoot out the gates hot to kick off this matinee matchup against the Sixers, man. Julius has it cooking. Mitch putting in work. Jalen cooking. Distributing. RJ having his moments. Grimes, everybody, man. But it was a tale of two halves as the Sixers superstars woke up and got some much needed help from their supporting cast. Knicks not so much, man, and that was all she wrote. Sixers run away with things in the second half and beat the Knicks, man. Win the Christmas Day matinee matchup, 119 and 112. This is the Rapid Fire post-game show presented by Manscaped, man. TP the franchise, JD Sports Talk on the ones and twos. Once again, Merry Christmas to all the Knicks fans out there, but a not so merry Knicksmas, man. You know, this one started off well. Certainly started off well, man. You had to have liked how Julius was getting it going. He was smooth. The game was coming to him, knocking down shots. He was hot from three, putting the ball on the floor, creating for himself. Just absolutely excellent. Brunson, over 10 assists. Cooking out there. He had Mitch. Excellent effort on Embiid in the first half, getting after it on the offensive glass. But as I said, man, second half, things changed. And then the fourth quarter, it was all Sixers. James Harden started pouring it on. Georges Niang, 4 of 9 from downtown. And the turning point of this game, man, as the Knicks were clinging to a 2-point lead in this thing, the Sixers would get the edge and basically turn the tables. Turn the tables, man. Going a 16-2 run in crunch time. And that was a knockout blow, man. JD, Merry Christmas. How you feeling on this one?
Well, sometimes, CP, I don't know why I love sports, man.
Oh, jeez.
Because, I mean, I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah.
First, it was the Knicks against the Bulls. Then we had the Giants, right? Yesterday against the Vikings.
61-yarder, man. 61-yarder.
Yep. And so you go heartbreak. If you're a Jets fan, same thing.
Yeah.
Right? And then today again.
Yeah.
So not the most happiest of holidays from that standpoint. I think, today's game, there's a few things. It illustrates how tough the Chicago game was, because I thought, if that game was important to protect yourselves for this, outstanding matchup.
Yeah.
First game of a Christmas slate and against a very good team. So you wanted to at least give you a chance to have a decent week. And they go out and they blow it again. A few concerns, the bench didn't play well today.
Facts.
But they also didn't play a lot. And so, you start to ask, is this a personnel thing? Do you need to add a shot creator off the bench? Or do you need to just play a few of those guys more minutes and just have a little bit more trust and see if things develop that way? Because, Sims, Hartenstein, McBride only played 6 minutes today. I didn't understand that myself, especially when, you want to play some defense against this Sixers team who shoots the ball well from three. The Philadelphia 76ers going into today were 4th in the league in three-point percentage at 38.3%. So you want to have guys that can rotate, that can defend. So I didn't understand that. But overall, it's just a tough loss. And they started well. They had 37 points in the first quarter. I thought the way they started was very impressive. You saw on the mic'd up on ESPN, Tibbs in the early first quarter was imploring the team to continue the pace. He was saying the more we play with pace, the better it is. And they continue to do that with a 37-point first quarter. So I thought that was positive. But Oh, it's just frustrating. Just
Frustrating.
frustration. You win 8 in a row. Now you lose 3 in a row. So we're back to trying to figure out where is this team? And it also looks like lately, CP, the rotations, although it's 9, it's starting to creep up more to like 7 or
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what, because
It looks like it's wearing on him a little bit, man.
the starters are playing, almost 40 minutes every game now.
Yeah.
So are these guys a little bit of fatigue? Because you see, again, late in the fourth, these guys are running out of gas and you see the shots are short. So is it personnel? Is it like fatigue?
Yeah.
Just frustrating. Frustrating loss.
I'm with you 100%. I think it's a little bit of both, man. Because, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. And yes, the 9-man rotation is certainly clicking from a chemistry standpoint. Defensively, they've been locked in. Everybody knows their role. That's great. But obviously with no Obi, offensively, you're shorthanded. IQ's been inconsistent, has always been inconsistent. And so you're really not getting enough bench production there. Yes, he had 11 points in this game, but a lot of those points came when the game was already out of hand. And, where are we getting offense from? It's yes, McBride is a good defender. He's not going to give you much on the offensive end. Hartenstein, not so much. Sims, you got to set him up. So, conversely, with the Sixers, they got 16 points from Georges Niang off the bench. 8 points from Shake Milton, including that, fluky 3 that he had at the end of the first half. But nevertheless, they got 16 big points, including 12 points in that fourth quarter by Niang. He could have had more. He had some wide open threes in the beginning of this fourth that he just missed. So the Knicks were very fortunate, but because this thing could have been a complete blowout. By in crunch time, Knicks had 6 points. By 5 minutes left in the fourth, they had 6 points, and I think the Sixers went in and out of that zone all game. But as soon as Brunson came out of that game, I thought Knicks had a lot of trouble working with that zone between RJ and IQ. They could not get good shots off. RJ wasn't able to finish much in the fourth quarter. And even when Brunson came in, it wasn't much. It really wasn't much that they could do. And I said earlier that the Knicks had a 2-point lead in the fourth. They didn't have that 2-point lead in the fourth. They were down 100-102 with 7 minutes left. And Philly went on a 16-2 run. By the time it got into crunch time, this game was 116-102. Knicks only had 6 points in the fourth, and this one was pretty much over with. So we'll have to see, man. Does this rotation need to get lengthened? Does one more person need to be added to the mix until Obi gets back? Is it Cam? Is it Fournier? These are questions that have to be asked because we saw late in this game, Jalen Brunson did leave this game. And it's not clear what happened. Is it an injury or what? But he did leave this game. So that's worth watching as well.
Brunson would have played 40 minutes had he not had to go out. He was at 35 already.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was the hip. And I forgot what game it was where he had a hard fall. Trying to remember what game it was. He had a. Do you remember? He had a crazy hard fall. And he was grabbing his hip. And then from then it just seems like he's had a bunch of nicks and knacks, and he's battling through. He's had the quad, he's had an ankle. So and he's still battling out there playing 40 minutes. But like I'm saying, the thing is now there seems to be a league-wide blueprint or scouting report that teams are sharing against the Knicks when it comes to this zone. And I think what happens, CP, is when the Knicks start off hot in the sense that they look together, right? They look like a threat because when they look together, when Randle is playing within the offense and he's hitting threes, he started out hitting his first 2 threes.
Right.
So, when Randle hits, within his first couple threes, when he hits those, it could be a long night for the other team because that's usually how he gets started. And then you see the ending of the first 37-point first quarter. The zone comes after. And I think what teams are looking at is when you play the zone against the Knicks, you want to put RJ and Randle and these guys in a position where they have to make a decision with the ball. That's been one of our weaknesses this year in terms of, other than Brunson, we don't look like the the smartest basketball team out there. We don't make the extra pass. Sometimes we go a little bit too much hero ball. Sometimes, even on drives, we look to finish at the rim, and sometimes we just don't make that extra pass. And I just think teams are saying, I want Randall to make decisions. I want guys to be in a position where we want to put them uncomfortable. And right now, you see when teams go into a zone, we just look a little hesitant on where to go with the basketball. And I think teams, you know how it is in the NBA. You have to pick your poison.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go into a game and just say, this is what we're going to go with, and this is what we're going to live with. And I think teams moving forward, when the Knicks are hot, they're going to go and say, we're going to go with a zone. We're going to try to mix it up on them. We're going to try to get them a little disoriented. And maybe that will allow us to get some rest on the defense, but also the Knicks, sooner or later, they're going to miss enough shots to give us an opportunity to win. So the Knicks have to figure out a way to beat this zone, man, because
They've been seeing it for 3 years. 4 years.
3 years.
They've been seeing it for 3-4 years on the tips, man. It's tough. Tough, man. They've been seeing it for years and years and years. Every team is going in on them with the zone, man.
And here's the other thing. This whole Hartenstein and Sims, it was cute. It was cool, right? But you starting to see, off the bench when, okay, so you have a 9-man rotation. You have those two guys and then McBride. McBride is only going to play 6 minutes. Where's your scoring going to come from if you're going to only play one guard 6 minutes and then you have a twin tower duo and only Quickly?
And an inconsistent Quick.
Right, an inconsistent Quick who, if it wasn't for Brunson's injury, he would have not even hit the 20-minute mark tonight. So where's your scoring going to come from? And I think teams are, in terms of the Knicks out-rebounding you, one way to, put them in an uncomfortable position is when they go to Sims and Hartenstein, let's use some zone against them and let's test their perimeter shooting. And, you see tonight what that could result in. So the Knicks have a lot of thinking to do in terms of, do you make any changes to the rotation, or do you change a little bit the minutes distribution, or do you sooner or later make a move to upgrade the bench or the starting five? Yeah,
interesting indeed, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate, man, and Merry Knicksmas to the Knicks fans out there. Although the Knicks did not get the job done, man. 119 and 120. 119 and 112 rather. Knicks lose in the matinee matchup. I want to shout out David Fonseca. $20 super chat says, Merry Christmas, y'all. There's a steep drop-off in offense, playmaking, and overall cohesion. Tibbs trusts Miles defensively, but it seems like Brunson and bust from a playmaking perspective. What do we need, fellas? Well, I think JD broke it down, man. I think he broke it down. We are lacking consistent playmaking, a good, consistent scoring punch off of the bench right now. Let's see what happens when Obi comes back. But they've got to figure something out because it seems like the starters were a bit tired, fatigued down the stretch, both mentally, physically. The ball wasn't moving as crisp as it was. The offense wasn't moving as efficiently. I thought JD's point on making the Knicks make decisions was a great one, especially in the zone, because you got to think a little bit more on how you're going to break that. And they weren't able to do it, but they've been seeing it for 3 years. And I think it's interesting, bro, that on a Sixer team that has excellent individual defenders, when you look at Tucker, you look at Thibault, Milton, House, all those guys, they still will go into a zone if they need to. And that's under Doc Rivers making adjustments. I think that's pretty interesting.
You got Tobias Harris, who's 6'9" as well.
Right.
He's a solid defender. And then you have a rim protector at the rim with Embiid.
Right. And they'll still go into a zone if they need to.
That's why that's what I'm saying. When you have the personnel to even go man up on someone and you decide that, you know what, letting them shoot, going in the zone, giving them more spacing to allow them to get a perimeter shot, that's a better strategy. That tells you, what you need to know about not only the Sixers, but what the league is starting to feel about what's the recipe and the formula to beat the New York Knicks.
No question about it. If you guys want to call in, this is a rapid-fire post-game show, but if you guys want to call in and get your thoughts on today's tough loss, man, call us up 657-383-1509, or you could hit us up on the KFTV Discord. Knicks lose 3 in a row. I had them going 2-2 this week. I had the Golden State win. I thought they were going to lose to Toronto. Didn't like that matchup. I thought they could beat the Bulls, but, beating the team 3 in a row is tough. You knew DeRozan and Levine were going to come with it. And had the Knicks made their free throws, they would have had that game. And I thought they were going to lose this one, too. So, unfortunately, they are 1-3 on the week to close out the week. And loses a 3 straight now. After an 8-game winning streak, tides are starting to turn a little bit. And we'll see what happens with Jalen Brunson. Anything out there on Twitter on Brunson yet?
I don't see anything yet. Let's see here. Nope, nothing on Jalen Brunson. So maybe that's good news because, although you never know with the Knicks, they like to keep
it on the hush. Right.
Pretty tight. So, hopefully, listen, it's interesting too because, he went all the way to the locker room, and now, you talking about losers of 3 in a row. This turns out to be a disappointing homestand.
Yeah.
Because now you're going to go on a little mini Texas road trip.
Right.
Starting on Tuesday at Dallas and at San Antonio and Houston. So, Dallas is his former team, obviously. So I'm pretty sure he wants to play in that game. So we'll see. Does he force the issue because it's the Dallas matchup? Also, you're losers of 3 in a row. You kind of do need him to play that game because you don't want this thing now to go off the rails again.
Right.
So this is going to be an interesting road trip now. And hopefully he gets back and he's healthy.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. I want to shout out the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D, man. Merry Christmas, Chuck. Sends a $10 super chat. Says, competitive sport is hard. Enjoy. Can't sleep at all. Tibbs can't win with the wide rotation, but something got to give. This style is like driving 75 miles per hour on a flat tire and rims. Does Rose Obi Cam fit? But how? It's gonna be interesting to see, man. Could they afford to bring one more into this thing to give us a bit of a spark offensively?
Bro, I'm just saying, CP. Why? Okay, 9-man rotation, but why play do 6 minutes?
Yeah.
Why? Like I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just player development. We're going youth movement, right?
Right.
Let's play them. Like let's play them. I didn't get Grimes playing 36 minutes against the Bulls when he was just coming off an ankle injury, and he looked a little step slow there. His shot was off, and maybe, you're coming off an ankle injury, especially with him. He jumps pretty high on his jump shot, so you need that lift. And so, tonight he plays 38 minutes again. I would tone it down a little bit until he can get his legs back under him, and try to just trust some of these other guys. If you're going with the rotation, you might as well. You have no other choice. Because when you're dead set, the Knicks are dead set on this rotation. Right, we've seen opportunities where maybe you can put in a Cam or Rose or even Fournier or whoever, but they're not doing it at all. So my thing is, if you're dead set, no matter what the circumstances is, you only have 2 options, CP. You either play certain guys off the bench a little bit more, or you just go crazy on the starters. And right now, it's trending more like the starters are going to have to burden a lot of this weight,
big time,
as the Knicks look to get back on track.
Big time. Here's Tibbs on Brunson. Let's hear what Tibbs had to say on Brunson. It's courtesy of SNY Videos.
But we're capable of doing a lot better than we did.
What's wrong with Brunson? Looked like he was.
I don't know. He's getting looked at now. So.
Is it a hip thing or?
I'm not sure.
So Ian Begley did ask if it was a hip thing, and Tibbs said he wasn't sure. So he's getting looked at now. Fred Katz is also reporting. Let's go to Fred Katz's report. Give me 1 second here. Let's see what Katz is saying. Fred Katz of The Athletic says that Jalen Brunson was not made available by Knicks PR to speak to the media. He was not available to speak to the media. I'm just trying to find the rest of my thing here. Give me 1 second. Okay. The Knicks did not make Jalen Brunson available to reporters after the game, so no chance to ask about the injury. The Knicks would not disclose what the injury was that caused Brunson to sub out in the fourth quarter. He was holding his right hip at moments in the second half. So it's a hip.
And he asked out because I was watching it on TV. As soon as he felt it, he immediately put his hand up, looked at the bench, and he asked out. So to me, when Brunson does that, these other injuries he's looked to stay in the game. He must have felt something pretty bad there. And sometimes it could just be in the moment where you just need, like, I can't play right now, but give me a day, give me 24, 40 hours, I'll be good. Hopefully it's more of that because, Brunson axed out, and that usually is not a good sign. Not a good sign, man. Shout out to Kate Thomas, $5 Super Chats. It's RJ going for a party-sized bag with all those chips he's missing. Yeah, it was a tale of two halves for RJ, man. I thought he shot the ball very well in the first half. Had a nice mid-range, step-back mid-range on him, but second half, he didn't have it. Didn't have it. Was missing a lot of bunnies, and that was unfortunate. Coming off of a 44-point outburst against the Bulls. Tom Herrera, $5 Super Chat, says, Merry Christmas, CPJD, and all the KnicksFanTV fam. Hope the team cleans up perimeter D and gets better bench scoring. Could use another shooter. Tom, absolutely on the money, man. Definitely appreciate the Super Chat. Shout out to Gamba, man. We decorated the set a little bit. We got the tinsel, the bells, the jingle bells on the set. We got that little snowfall graphic. A little aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? A little aesthetic. That's what makes us the number one show for the fans by the fans. You come here for quality analysis, good humor. We get premium guests. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D. And presentation, people. Presentation. Okay? This is a professional job. This is what we do to bring the fans quality. Number one show for the fans by the fans. Make sure that you guys are subscribing to the channel. Make sure you share these videos and hit that like button. That's all we ask in return for our hard work and dedication. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share these videos, man. So to everybody in the chat once again, Merry Christmas to you all. Okay, so Brunson. Go ahead. Speaking of presentation, the Bulls game and also you guys after the game, you guys all fit the same scheme with the free throw missing.
Yeah, listen, man, it's a little bit tough when you have these fan events because you're hosting, you're entertaining, you're sipping a little bit. Shout out to Ari, you're sipping a little bit, and then all of a sudden the bright lights are on you, and you're taking a technical free throw. And you no warm-ups, no nothing. Nobody at the line to dap up if you miss. You get one shot at the thing. I thought my form was pretty good. Shout out to RJ Gibson. Taj's brother came through. He was shooting the footage. So when the footage is released, my form was on point. But I kid you not, man. As soon as I looked up at the basket, I was seeing like 3. That's when the whiskey set in. I was straight up until then, bro.
So when you were looking down, bouncing, the basketball,
perfect.
You look good. As soon as you looked up, it was like, whoa.
As soon as I looked up, I said, oh my God, I can't even see. And that's all she wrote, man. That's all she wrote. But yeah, shout out to everybody that pulled up, man. We had a great time, great turnout. We had shout out my guy Dwayne he came through straight off the plane from Lisbon, Portugal. We had my guy from Ohio pulled up. Somebody from a Miami watch party pulled up. So almost a brand new crowd. Like we get our regulars for these fan events, but this one we almost had a brand new crowd, man. So shout out to everybody that pulled up. Definitely shouted out you and Alex and yeah, man. Mama Brunson, big fan of the show, was shopping up with Mama Brunson in the Delta. She shouted out you and Alex, man, big fan of the show as well. So
that was crazy.
Yeah, it was a
made my
time.
Christmas when you told me that. I said, man. Oh man,
yeah, Mama Brunson
trying to get in the good graces of KnicksFanTV.
Yep. She rocks with the number one show for the fans by fans.
Brunson had a great game today, Mama Brunson.
She did.
Don't worry, he did. He's good over here.
He did, man. So,
get him healthy.
Yeah, that one was a tough one. Tough one indeed. Let's get to the phones, man. Let's hear from the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D. Chuck, how you feel, man? Merry Christmas.
Yeah, happy holidays to y'all. Y'all hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, JD, CP, Knicks Nation. slow rapid fire. Man, losses wear on you like a wet blanket for both player and fan. And I tell you, it's joy and pain, like I did in the text. It's like it can make you feel so good, like you're jumping out the window, or it can make you feel so bad, like I'm going to jump out the window.
Yeah.
So, a lot of times, like if for example, you can't sleep, you can't throw games away, and just a loss, those losses. Well, I mean, we could have beat Toronto and we could have beat the Bulls, which would have made today like, okay, we got a gift, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes, we know they're going to throw the zone at us, but when you know that you got that little oomph on you, you're going to break the zone. You're going to beat the zone because you got that extra little cockiness with you. But after 2 losses and back-breaking losses, you wonder, damn, how much did my vertebrae get broken? So, and also understand this, that teams carry memories. That Philly game, you better believe that Philly game that when the Knicks won on that Cam night down in Philly, they remembered that, and you knew that the Bulls were going to remember those 2 wins in Chicago. So to stay cognizant of knowing that a team is going to come in with that extra horn up, and also the league is going, when they hear all this talk about the Knicks, when they sense blood in the water, like when Embiid was going and, just basically say, all right, we came in and we soared. And then we got to listen to ESPN announcers. It's a bad stab wound all around. But, hey, we can't throw games away. So that was a long, slow, old triple OG rapid fire because, I'm punched. But, we get up and get at them. So here we go.
No question. Good to hear from you, Chuck. Merry Christmas
Happy
once
holidays
again, man.
Y'all, and let's go forward and let's get it. 2023. Let's get it.
Let's go, man. Well said. Couldn't agree more, man. The rhyme animal, Chuck D. Everybody throw hashtag PE in the chat to salute the legend. And it was one thing too, JD. I mean, you give credit for Mitch's effort on Embiid, especially in the first half. But you could tell Embiid wasn't really going full tilt, just kind of going through the motions. And that was another thing I was wondering too, is it's always with these matinee games, I'm always wondering, how's the energy going to be? Who's going to come out fired up? Are they both going to come out cold, try to get into a groove? And it was the Knicks that shot out the gates hot, Harden and Embiid kind of going through the motions. But we saw that in the second half, especially with Embiid, there wasn't much Mitch could do. When a superstar goes into his bag and he wants to take it up to another level, there's not much you could do there, man. And Embiid was absolutely brilliant, especially in the third quarter. Finished this game with 30 points after, dragging to start the game. Dragging.
And I thought, I actually thought Mitch, for the most part, in terms of his one-on-one matchup, did a decent job. The thing is that in the first quarter, Embiid was 2 of 6. He only had 5 points. He was 2 of 6. I think, and now listen, it's the regular season, CP. But if this is the playoffs, this is one thing that I would be criticizing if this was the playoffs. The playoffs, every single decision gets magnified. Mitch plays most of the first quarter. He plays 10 minutes. However, Embiid got subbed out a little bit earlier, and I think Tibbs should have subbed out Mitch right there with him, because the strategy in the second quarter, Mitch came back at the same time as Embiid did. So the strategy was clearly we're going to play them together. Yeah. But I thought he played them a little bit longer in the first. And what did that happen? What happened as a result of that? Mitch caught his second foul, which wasn't on Embiid. And my thing is, when you're matching up like that, if Mitch, first of all, it's already going to be a concern, Mitch getting fouls, right? Mm-hmm. So you want the 6 fouls to be on Embiid. I don't want no other fouls on no one else. And I think Mitch getting his second foul in the first, and then in the second, once Jericho Sims came in the game, I know he looked stronger than Mitch and all that, but sometimes coaches don't care about physique. They just look at Sims as a second-year player who is not experienced, still trying to get the technique. That's a mismatch.
Quick hook.
That's how they're looking at it. And they went right at Sims, and I think that gave Embiid confidence, and you got him into a rhythm because Mitch had to be on the bench for a little bit. And then that, I think, got him going. And sometimes when you're a star, you could have a quarter where you're a little cold or you're feeling things out. But sometimes all it takes is a sequence of 2-3 possessions, and you get right back into it. That's the difference between stars and good players. Embiid is a star, and I think, that allowed him to get into a rhythm. And from there, you saw it. It was possession after possession. He was getting the ball right next to the basket. He was going to the free throw line. And then from there, once you get a guy like that going, there's not much you can do. And then from there to the second half, he ended up the game hot.
Nothing at all. I see Ari. Ari, we'll close with you today. Dan from New Jersey. Dan, let's go rapid fire.
Hello, wow.
Merry Christmas, bro. How you feeling?
Hey, Merry Christmas, y'all. Hope you're having a wonderful day.
Trying.
Real quick, man, I really think that Tom Thibodeau's rotation is starting to take a toll on our starters, especially Brunson. We rely on Brunson to do a lot of the initiating on offense. His defense didn't look too good today. He was leaving his guy open for a couple of threes. I think the same is happening to Grimes as well, especially coming off that ankle injury. He just looks a little slow on rotations lately.
Yeah.
I think that killed us. Shout out Mitch, man. He tried. He was playing pretty well in the first half, but once Joel Embiid got it going, once he got those free throws to go, once he saw the ball going in the hoop, I knew it was over, man. But hey, be safe, y'all. Merry Christmas.
You too, bro.
Amaki.
Let's go. Dan from New Jersey on the check-in, man. Always good to hear from you. Area code 813 on the phones. 813. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Yo, Ramble from Tampa, man. Ramble from Tampa.
Merry Christmas, bro.
I just wanted to say Merry Christmas, man. Yes, you already know, man. God bless to all, man. I hope everybody's having a great day right now. Man, I watched a little bit of the game, but I was really hanging out with the family, man. I just want to let you know right now, my lady went ahead and bought me that Manscaped promotion code KFTV. Don't play with them.
Let's go.
Talk to me nice. Let's go. But I'm just here to brag on my lady, too, because she also surprised me with the Knicks tickets.
Nice.
February 7th, which is also going to be our 1-year anniversary. We just got married back in February, man.
Okay.
So you already know I'm hoping the Knicks really come through, But that's all I was just calling, man. I just want to give everybody blessings, man.
No
Rapid
doubt.
fire,
No
man.
doubt,
I want everybody
man.
to get back to their family.
Stay blessed, health, and happiness to you, man, and enjoy the game. I might be there, man. So if I'm there, definitely we'll link up. Good to hear from you, bro. All right, it's Rambo from Tampa. Just want to show love. Sounded like he was in a plane or something. Windows down in the car. He's in Tampa showing out, man. It's freezing up here. The Hawk is out here, man. we got White Walkers outside and whatnot. 347 area code 347. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hello?
Yeah. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Nick from Flatbush. I was at the fan event.
Yeah, what's good, Nick? Yo, tell the people about the fan event, man. We lost, but I'm sure you had a good time, right?
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, CP. Before I get real quick, Merry Christmas to everybody. Shout out to Manscaped, thumbs in the chat and all that, man. Hey, listen, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Them bowls is a little flat. Pause, man. Them wasn't them same basketballs that they used during the game.
Yo,
I don't know where they got those basketballs from, bro. But those wasn't the ones, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. In the pregame, it's me, the Knicks chick, watching the pregame, and I'm like, yo, I don't think we get those same basketballs for the free throw contest.
They gassing y'all up.
Listen, CP, listen, man. It's a conspiracy. I looked at the ball when I'm dribbling, bro. It says Spalding, and I know they sponsored by Wilson. Now I don't know where they got these basketballs from. CP.
It's like a carnival thing, man. It's one of those carnival games, man. It's a trick bag.
But yeah, rapid fire, man. And the Knicks, we got to step it up, man. We got to go to Texas, get the job done. Merry Christmas to everybody, man. Shout out to Manscaped, y'all know. Thumbs up for the boys. I'm going to holler at you, CP. Y'all stay easy, man.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah,
no
they pulled the trick bag on us, man. I already knew. Completely different basketballs. You know what I'm saying? Completely different, man.
Well, I mean, I don't know that you even picked that up. You just, he said it, and you're like, oh, that's a lifesaver. Yeah, man, the basketballs. Yeah, that's what it is. That could be true, but I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
Because remember, you said you were in another planet, so
I was.
I didn't expect you to pick that up anyway.
I was, man. It was a good time anyway, man. Shout out to Nick from Flatbush for sure. Let's take a look at this game by the numbers real quick, man. Knicks and Sixers. Look, Knicks didn't shoot the ball all that well from three, but it wasn't that bad. But the Sixers just shot it better. Sixers shooting 46% from downtown. Gave credit to Niang. How about the Anthony Melton? That was the guy I was looking at on Prize Picks. I didn't pick him, but the Anthony Melton, who's been getting a healthy dosage of three-point attempts, especially over his last 5 games, man, went 5 for 5 from downtown on the Knicks today. 5 for 5 from downtown. You have Niang chipping in with 4 or 9 from downtown, and that was half of the damage for them. That was half of the damage. Knicks winning the rebounding matchup 46-32. Give credit to Julius and Mitch on that offensive. 30 assists for the Knicks. A lot of that coming in the first half. Just wasn't meant to be in the second, man. Between the Sixers zone and the Knicks just falling apart due to attrition, the ball just stopped moving as well as it did in the first. I thought the first half ball movement was extra crispy. Just wasn't meant to be. Knicks did keep the turnovers down, both teams. Only 8 turnovers apiece by both teams. Knicks winning the points in the paint matchup 56-34. And second chance points, what the Knicks do best, man. 21 second chance points to 8 for Philly. But as we said, man, Philly just made a lot more plays in crunch time. Anything on the stat sheet that sticks out to you, bro?
19 of those second chance points came in the first half. So that tells you about, the adjustment that was made in the second half and some of, the ball and the offense just wasn't there. And their ability to continue to get, those second chance opportunities. Anything else that stood out is just, in the end, the 3-point defense. You allowed 18 made threes from the Philadelphia 76ers. And, you shot okay. You shot well, 48%. But, allowing the team to shoot 50% in the fourth quarters, they're making half their shots sooner or later. You're going to allow a team to get back into the game. And, one thing I was looking at, CP, is, the minutes. It's RJ Barrett has played the last 3 games in his losing streak. He's played the fourth quarter, all 12 minutes.
Yeah.
All 12 minutes in the fourth quarter of the last 3 games. And today, he goes 1 of 8, in the fourth quarter, shooting only 12%. So, we talk about in the last 2 fourth quarters, the Knicks are shooting 40% and 30% today. So we talk about this. This is going to be something to watch now in Dallas. I'm looking to see, unless, if this is going to be the minutes they're going to play, I want to see what they have left in the fourth quarter. Are there, because it looks like this is where it's trending in the fourth quarter. They're eventually going to run out of gas. And that's what happened against Chicago. And that's what happened today as well. And so come on. Like you're playing RJ 12 minutes every single fourth quarter. I mean that right there tells you, can we make an adjustment?
Right.
Does RJ really need to play? I understand last game because he went off. I get that. But does he need to play every fourth quarter, the 12 minutes? I don't know that that's the greatest recipe of success in terms of an 82-game season going into the playoffs, if you make the playoffs, et cetera, et cetera. So, when you're winning, it's cool. But when you're not winning, you know how this thing works.
Yeah, big time, man. And you mentioned RJ's 44. Despite the tough loss, man, we got to talk about our Chase Freedom Knick of the day, and that went to Julius Randle, man. 35 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 50% shooting from the field, including 4 of 9 from downtown. Look, man, I love the way Julius started this game off. He was patient. He was poised. It was just smooth. A lot of it was playing off the catch, especially knocking down those threes. He would put the ball on the floor, had a couple nice and ones. He was cooking PJ Tucker. Wasn't sustainable, but I loved how Julius approached this game and gave the Knicks a chance. Gave the Knicks a chance to win it.
He is. I'm telling you, he's playing like an all-star.
Yeah,
he is playing. He's playing like a legit all-star. He's shooting 57% overall the last 3 games on 40 minutes per game. On 40 minutes per game, he's shooting 57%. and he's shooting 41% from three as well. So, he's playing within the offense. That's all you ask for.
Yeah.
That's what you've been asking for from him is can you play within the offense? Can you play some off-ball action? And can it look in rhythm? And he's certainly doing that. And I think for this week, there's certainly not going to be a debate on who is the player of the week, only because, I think RJ's performance today, unfortunately, and then the loss, I think it takes him out of running for me as player of the week. But Julius Randle is certainly making a case to be an all-star this season. And, you just got to rack up some wins here so it can look better. And you can start to get back to winning basketball. But he's efficient, he's shooting well, he's playing well. There's not much for me to say about Julius right now, to be honest with you.
Definitely playing like an all-star indeed, man. And today's By the Numbers is brought to you guys by Prize Picks, man. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. We want to salute to Prize Picks. And for those of you that want to play, for you first-time players, man, you go to prizepicks.com, enter promo code KFTV, and they will match your deposit up to $100, 100%. So for you first-time players, if you want to play with $20, you put in $20, they'll match your deposit, and then you have $40. If you want to put in all $100, they will match your deposit of $100, and you have $200 to play with. Now, all you're going to do is once you sign up, you go to Prize Picks, and it's basically you versus the stat projections that Prize Picks has laid out every night. And they have different sports. You have the NFL going on right now. You have NBA going on right now. And you can mix and match. You're just going to pick 2 to 6 players. And you're going to choose based on whatever stat category you want to choose from, whether or not that player is going to do more or less than that number that Prize Picks has projected. And so for the Christmas Day tilt, you guys can still catch this right now. They have Nikola Jokic at 0.5 points. That is an absolute gimme. Obviously, you want to take more than 0.5 points for Nikola Jokic, barring any catastrophic injury. You'll hit on that. I did take Joel Embiid with more than 10 rebounds in this one, JD, and he finished with just about 7. He finished with 8, but based on the slow start in the first half, I didn't like my chances of hitting that number. So I went with Embiid for more than 10 rebounds, and I didn't hit that one. The other pick I went with was Mitchell Robinson over 2 blocks in this game, more than 1.5 blocks in this game, and I was able to hit that one. So shout out to the Blockness monster, Mitchell Robinson. Another one I had liked, RJ, man. RJ had been getting to the free throw line a considerable amount of times over his last 5 games. I went with RJ Barrett with more than 4.5 free throws made, and he only finished with 3. So I didn't hit on that one. I got LeBron James going right now with more than 29.5 points. Lakers and Mavericks right now in the second game. LeBron is at 18, so I like where I'm at there. I did go with Julius with less than 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I went against Julius on this one tonight, and he went right past that one with 47. Ooh. So that's how I'm looking today, man. That's how I'm looking at a potential hit of 3 out of my 6 picks. How'd you do today, or how you looking so far today?
Well, I have 2 tickets. They're pretty much the same, so I'll just go with one here. I took the special of Nikola Jokic, so I'm pretty sure at half points I'm gonna be sweating that one out.
Yeah, right.
And then I took Embiid over 30.5 points. I just thought, I know it's high, and I was leery about it because it's a 12 o'clock game, but I just thought that, he's just going off right now. They've won 7 in a row. He's cooking in his 7-game win streak, national TV game.
Yeah.
For a slate like today, I like to go with the superstars because they tend to show up more than not. So that's kind of more my safety route is when you have a big day, a holiday like today, you can't go wrong going with superstars to overperform because that's what they look forward to. So he had 35 points or 33 points he had today. So I hit that. I have as well LeBron. I think that's an easy over on the points. That's 3 there. And then I have Giannis I have him going over 31.5 points, and I have Ja Morant going over 28.5 points. And then I have another. The only difference with another ticket is I have Draymond Green less than 8.5 points today. So Ja Morant, Giannis, Draymond Green, LeBron is what's left for me to decide 2 tickets. I think I'm feeling good right now.
All right. So yeah, good stuff, man. Going superstar heavy on this day, and you got to make a good point, man. Especially on Christmas days when they tend to show out the most. So once again, for you people at home, play to win, but play responsibly, man. Go to PrizePicks.com. Use promo code KFTV for instant deposit match of up to $100. All right, Ari, let's go, man. I'll mute your mic. Rapid fire. Let's go.
What up, CP? What's up, JD? How you guys doing?
Good, man. How you feeling, man? Long time.
What's going on?
Yeah, man. I was in World Cup mode, and then I had COVID again for like the 4th time.
Oh,
but
man.
I'm good though now.
Good.
I'm good though. It's been a rough week, but
Good.
I'm finally feeling better. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to everyone. So yeah, rapid fire. Listen, man. I feel like the 8-game winning streak kind of got fans kind of emotional again and in their feelings and not realizing what this team is. We live in a mean reversion type world where we're going to always revert back to the mean over time. We know what this team is. We know it's a 500 team. Overall, I'm not too listen, I would have loved to win today, I guess, but it's not a big deal. The 2 things I want to talk about real quick is number 1, Tibbs, man, listen, man, you got to make adjustments. Listen, if we're trying to win in the playoffs, you got to make adjustments as a coach, dude. All right. And the only adjustment I saw from Tibbs was basically giving the ball to Randall and having him do ISO ball at the top of the key. In the second half, when he was playing so well within the offense, like JD was saying in the first half, they went away from that and just played hero ball. And then I don't understand how you're a coach and you can't beat a freaking zone. This is the NBA. How can't you beat a zone? All right. It's not the first time this happened. It's happened a million times. If you're trying to win in the playoffs, you need to make adjustments. And number 2 is RJ Barrett. Listen, obviously he didn't have a good game today, but he's been playing a lot better lately. We don't need him to be an all-star. We don't even need him to be a superstar all-star. We just need him to be a good player to play up to his contract or relatively up to his contract. But he's where the ceiling of the Knicks is, man. If RJ Barrett's going to play like an all-star and put up, 25 and 5 and 5 or whatever, then this team could be good. If he's going to play like how he is today and shoot us out of the game, go 6 for 21, the team's not going to be good. And the last thing is Jalen Brunson, man. He's a great player. I love Jalen Brunson. I actually voted for the All-Star game. But teams, especially lately, because he's been playing well, especially in Toronto, they put a lot of length on him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Today they were blitzing him, and they took him out of the game. If we're trying to win now, which everyone's trying to do, and we're trying to make the playoffs, which everyone's trying to do, right? Who's going to be the other guy to help out Brunson down the stretch when it's time to get a bucket? Because you put some 6'6" wing on him, 6'7" wing on him, you blitz him, someone else is going to have to do it. Randall can't close. RJ's up and down. Who's going to be the other guy, man? So that's my take, man.
Yeah, good points.
It is what it is.
Good points.
Happy holidays.
Good points, man. That was a good call by Ari, man. Rest up, speedy recovery. It's been a tough 6 season myself, man. I had the flu, then I had a cold myself, man. I was down and out. I'm still recovering, lingering from that. So, just be safe out there, be healthy and safe out there. And last but not least, man, Jay Boogie, let's go rapid fire on this Christmas day, man. Rapid fire, let's go.
Salute. 3 capital S's. Blessings, health, and happiness to you all. Merry Christmas to you all. This day, all you people, you deserving of this day. Blessings to all you parents in the world. Blessings for the way you get up every morning, you go to work, and you make sure that your household is taken care of. It's a blessing for the parents to be around their kids. It's a blessing when them kids get to open up them presents, and your parents, you're looking down, you're seeing that them kids are very happy. Well, I want you to know you're the ones that's doing that. You're the ones that's making everybody smile and be happy on this day. Don't never disinclude yourself. You are the number one, yourself. Always believe in yourself. Protect yourself. Love yourself. Be yourself. Don't try to be nobody else. Be grateful and thankful when you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you see yourself. That is you, the most beautiful people it is in the world up under this New York Knicks umbrella. So many great people I done met across this basketball thing. I don't even want to talk about basketball. I just want to talk about the beautiful people. It's a beautiful thing to be able to handshake and dap up and meet people from different places, talk to people in the chats and everything, sending love shots and everything. That's how beautiful we are as a square. I don't want to do a circle. A circle got a hole in it, so I need four corners representing 90 degrees. Y'all know what that is. But God bless us to you all as we wind down this 2022 and going into this 2023. Just know you as yourself, you're going into a new year and you're already on top of your game, being yourself and handling your business as a parent, man. Blessings to you all. Blessings to you all. I know it was tough. We lost 3 games straight on the road. Yeah, when I say on the road, because we played much better on the road, and then we at the crib, so I call the crib the road, and when we go on the road, I call that at home. We're going to handle our business. Everybody be easy. Continue enjoying the rest of this day. You got more basketball, more football, more happiness, more togetherness, more love. That's more important than everything. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man, up under this umbrella. 2022, we winding it down, but we going out Mike Green with a bang. Salute, 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 3 capital S's.
J Boogie with their closing sermon on this Sunday, man. Merry Christmas to J Boogie. Merry Christmas to the Knicks fans. Go check out that J Boogie video, man, for Christmas. I'm putting the link in the chat right now, man. Check out J Boogie's latest video.
Fire.
Papa left in there as well. Back on
Fire.
Christmas. Wish we could have gotten a W, man. Wish we definitely could have gotten a W, but wasn't meant to be. But we move on to Dallas, man. Shout out to K. Thomas for the super chat. Tom Herrera, Chuck D. Eddie Marr says we lost to a minivan. I don't know. I'm not sure what that one meant, but okay. I said. Eddie Marr says CP wasn't impressed with the 8-win streak. Meanwhile, Alex jumped out the window and Tibbs, please play Sims over hard and soft. Apostle in the making $5 super chats. Are we serious with this game commentary? The disrespect. We are at MSG, but Stephen A on Christmas talking about who is the biggest sex symbol. Yeah, I know a lot of people is complaining about Stephen A stuff. I had no intention of watching that. So I was just watching Ruko and JJ Redick. I thought they were pretty good. JR says, go Knicks show 76ers. Show 76ers what this team could be in the playoffs. Okay. Definitely appreciate that. Remember that this show is available in audio podcast format, man. So no reason to miss it. Catch it on all the major podcast platforms. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Go to KnicksFanTV.com on Monday for player ratings. We skipped player ratings today, but we'll have a full player ratings write-up and review of today's game by KnicksFanTV Remy. It's a great write-up, so make sure you guys are going to KnicksFanTV.com and signing up for the mailing list. Very important. Also, you heard Rambo from Tampa. Go to manscaped.com, enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. And go to prizepicks.com, use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. JD, Merry Christmas, bro. Enjoy the rest of the day with the fam. Tough loss, 119-112. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Knicks versus Mavs, man. JD, good show, bro. We at it.